All right, let's talk about picking a bug bounty program and a target because it's not as easy as everybody thinks. There's different types of targets that you need to take into account and also different platforms. Probably heard of HackerOne, right? Bugcrowd. And if these say something to you, well, what we can think about them is in terms of popularity. Like for example, HackerOne is super popular, Bugcrowd is super popular, so they'll probably have good bug bounty programs, but they'll also have a shit ton of good hunters on them. So, like what I always recommend is Integrity because it's a good local one. But there's more, like Fire Bounty, for example. There's a lot of different bug bounty platforms you can pick from. Please don't stay with your first choice either, per se, because it's your first choice. Like, think about it. What are the advantages and disadvantages of the platform that I'm currently on? Region, popularity, what type of platform is it? Do you need to register for something? Do you need to confirm with ID, etc.? So always think about those. Now, HackerOne, we know that that's popular. There's going to be a lot of competition. This is worldwide, and what I hate about HackerOne is that you get negative karma if you report something that's not true or not applicable. Why is that so bad, you might be wondering? Well, let's say that I'm a beginner bug bounty hunter and I report bullshit, okay? So that happens. Now I'm gonna be turned off like crazy because I can't report for 30 days if I get negative karma too much. So maybe try considering some other options. Things that are popular are, for example, Bug Crowd. Although that is also similar popularity, there's also lots of competition. The UI is a little bit clunky, so for me, I would not recommend these as your beginner platforms. Beginner platforms. You can always look back at them. Integrity, on the other hand, what I like about them is that they have a lot of local programs. So if you're from Belgium and you have like a bank account, for example, you can hack certain banks. There's less competition than others, although that is picking up. They have a great selection of targets as well, and the popularity is growing a bit. But Integrity still, I would really recommend that you go and check that out. Bugbounty.jp, on the other hand, is a local Japanese platform. There's not always great things on there. There's sometimes not good bug bounty programs, but sometimes great ones. And then you have Hack and Proof as well. That is for Web 3.0 bug bounties. So if you think crypto, for example, if you're interested in that, why not? I mean, it's often just the same as the normal web application. I found this guy that got paid 1,500 euros for the most basic cross-site scripting attack vector I ever seen in my life. So don't be scared about that kind of shit. It's nothing to be scared of. Now let's talk about open bug bounty. That's free for all. Let's say that you found something and it doesn't have a per se a bug bounty program. You can go to open bug bounty, or sometimes you have things like Tesla, Yahoo, Google. They host their own programs. Here it's a little bit harder to find good targets with good rewards that aren't over tested by everybody, but just know that there's often very broad scopes involved. Try it. I mean, it's a big target, but it's also a big service. So check out their full rules. Always make sure that you check if there's no security.txt, etc. When it comes to picking the right program once you have a platform, make sure that you avoid big payouts, because big payouts, I'm not gonna give out 10,000 euros for nothing. You're gonna have to work like crazy for it, and that program is probably tested by 17 pen testers before it even got to you. Newspapers, very low attack surfaces, blogs, anything that it doesn't really allow the user to do a whole lot but read stuff, for example. Sales type web shops, anything in that regard, you're gonna have to buy stuff to test everything out. And in the beginning, I know not everybody wants that. So anything that's stagnant as well, you can look at the last reports, you can look at when the last resolved report was there. You can look at those things on a program, and if a program doesn't have anything reported on it for a long ass time and you see nothing but rejections, maybe think twice. Also, don't focus too much on these broad scopes for now. Focus on finding types of bugs that you like. Focus on finding a main app application that's not too busy, that has a pretty good attack surface, and where that's actually dynamic. So you make content, you can create an account, you can do stuff. Business to consumer sites in general is what I would recommend. Why is that? Because nobody of us hackers likes the business side of things. I do, I love it. So business to consumer, bring it on. Well, sorry, business to business. I mean, jeez, I should be saying business to business. My apologies. Business to business, bring it on. Business to consumers, avoid those. Like the thing is, if I am talking about an HR application, an invoicing application, anything that's meant to be used by a business, there's business rules involved, which gives you a much broader attack surface from the start, guys. All right, on to the next section.